Every day, industrial machinery, hazardous chemicals, and unsafe conditions put millions of workers at physical risk. But no matter your industry, you have an absolute legal right to report those hazards without facing retaliation from your employer. The federal authority responsible for enforcing that right is the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, commonly known as OSHA. To enforce your rights, OSHA requires you to accurately categorize your issue into one of two distinct legal pathways: a safety and health complaint or a whistleblower complaint. Knowing the exact difference between these two procedures is the only way to ensure your claim is processed. Send the right complaint down the wrong path, and your case could be dismissed before an investigator ever looks at it. Let's break down the first pathway. A safety and health complaint focuses entirely on your physical environment. You use this to report active chemical spills, missing machine guards, structural dangers, or any other hazard at your work site. A whistleblower complaint deals exclusively with retaliatory personnel actions. If you report a safety concern and your boss responds by firing you, demoting you, or cutting your hours, you use this pathway. If you experience both, meaning you flag a physical hazard and are fired because of it, you have the right to file both types of complaints at the exact same time. This diagram shows how OSHA separates reports. Physical hazards route left to the safety department. Retaliation claims route right to the whistleblower team. By selecting the correct bucket, your file lands on the right investigator's desk immediately. Filing a safety hazard on a whistleblower form misroutes your case through the federal bureaucracy. By the time the agency catches the error, you may have already run out of statutory time to pursue your claim. To initiate a safety and health complaint, you have 4 authorized channels. You can submit the form online, call the national hotline, mail a physical letter, or walk directly into your local OSHA area office. Whichever method you choose, you must provide the exact legal name of your employer, the precise worksite address, and a highly specific description of the physical hazard and where it is located in the building. If you fear retaliation for reporting, you can invoke the Anonymity Protection Rule. When you request this, federal law requires OSHA to completely withhold your identity from your employer during their inspection. You do, however, have a strict time limit. This timeline tracks the 6-month statutory window tied to OSHA's citation authority, beginning the exact day the hazard occurs. By law, OSHA cannot issue penalties for violations happening over 6 months prior. Once that window closes, the agency loses its primary enforcement mechanism. Anonymity keeps your job secure in the short term, but getting your submission processed before that 6-month deadline is the only way to force your employer to physically correct the danger. Now let's look at the whistleblower complaint. You use the exact same 4 submission methods, but the legal rules governing your claim are completely reversed. As this interface clearly states, you cannot file a whistleblower claim anonymously under any circumstances. Because OSHA is investigating specific management decisions, like why an executive chose to fire you, they are legally required to notify your employer of your identity, share the exact allegations, and give the company a chance to formally respond. Whistleblower claims also carry aggressive statutory deadlines. Depending on which federal statute your industry falls under, your filing window ranges from 180 days down to 30 days. For standard retaliation complaints under the OSHA Act, you have exactly 30 days from the retaliatory action to file. Do not wait for internal HR investigations or company resolutions to play out. You must submit your complaint to OSHA immediately to preserve your rights. If you attempt to withhold your name or you let that 30-day window expire, you permanently void your right to federal restitution. Once you've selected the correct form and checked your deadlines, you need to finalize the submission. While OSHA accepts unwritten verbal reports, submitting a signed, formal written complaint increases the chances the agency will deploy an inspector for a rapid, on-site physical inspection. You also don't have to navigate this alone. Federal rules allow third-party representatives, such as union officials, lawyers, or family members, to file the official paperwork on your behalf. But remember, there is one absolute exception to all of these standard federal filing procedures: an active, life-threatening workplace emergency. If your work site is facing an imminent catastrophe or a workplace fatality has just occurred, abandon the online forms and standard mail. Call the 24/7 national hotline at 1-800-321-6742 immediately. By identifying the correct type of complaint, adhering to the anonymity constraints, and beating the strict statutory deadlines, you take control of the process. You turn a workplace grievance into a legally binding federal action.